How's it going, YouTube? Got FourthStarTCG here, and today I have, as promised, the second part of my PSA $18 per card bulk value submission. Really excited about this. I am pretty much sending off, I'd say, about half of the cards that I think are worthy to grade at $18 per card. I'm sending half of them off, about 160. I think the exact total is 161 cards out of these two orders. I did a 95 card order a little bit ago. I'll leave the link to that submission in the iCards up above. But this is the second part of this order. This is a 66 card order, which comprises Japanese cards from Heart Gold and Soul Silver up through the modern Sword and Shield era. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in here, a lot of awesome sets, and I am really happy to get into it. So without any further ado, let's start it off. First thing, we are going to crack into a bunch of legend cards. So we have the Ho-Oh Legend Top. Really, really nice. Most of these cards are in really good condition. I'm sending off ones that I think have good shots at 10s. Japanese cards, it's relatively easy to pre-grade them, and they do grade pretty well if you're able to pre-grade them well and sort of spot some of the main issues. These Japanese legend cards are super nice. They have a really nice holo. It's kind of a dusty old card saver, so it's kind of difficult to see, but it's there. And of course, we got to have the bottom for the Ho-Oh Legend. So if we put them together, this is what it's going to look like. So that's pretty nice. Love that. They don't really show off well when they're graded, but they don't really show off well anywhere. You know, you put them in a binder, it looks weird. You grade them, it looks weird. Whatever you do with them, it looks weird, except when you kind of put them together like this. I wonder if someone would maybe create like a one touch or something that allows you to put, you know, two legend cards together. But so I have one of those. I have two copies of this Ho-Oh Legend, which I'm kind of sending off I'm sending off like in order of top, bottom, just so that I can get hopefully like a sequential cert 10 or something. It'd be kind of strange to have, you know, like a 10 and, you know, I don't know, how do I explain it? It would be weird if I put two tops and two bottoms together and I got 10s and the cert numbers weren't sequential. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm putting all of the legend cards, or top and bottom halves, together. So those are the Ho-Ohs. The next one up. All of these cards come from, or I think most of them, maybe not the Ho-Ohs, but I think almost everything else comes from a complete legend set that I purchased. So we got a Palkia and Dialga Legend top. Really, really nice here. These legend artworks are, I think they're really underrated. A lot of them are super unique, not really art styles that you see very frequently in these, you know, the sort of destroyed card style is also really, really cool. Don't think it would be anything that would be done in the modern era, but yeah, so this shows mostly the bottom half of Dialga. Again, we'll put it together and show you the full legend piece there. Can't do this on everything, but some of these are just too cool. So there you go. So we got the Palkia and Dialga Legend. Next up, got Darkrai and Cresselia Legend. We got the top half of the legend card there featuring Darkrai. And then the next part we have, which mainly features Cresselia. So that's really, really nice. So, you know, I do not really go after these Heart Gold, Soul Silver era cards, but there were a couple that I wanted, one of them being the Rayquaza and Deoxys Legend. Big fan of Gen 3 Legends, or Gen 3 Legendary Pokemon, not necessarily Gen 3 Legend cards, but yeah, I wanted to pick these up, and I saw a full set, and I was like, well, might as well bid on that, as it had a lot of the ones I wanted. Check out that holo pattern. So incredible. Yeah. But then when I got them in, I was just like, man, this is really sweet. And yeah, now that I was able to buy all of them, it's kind of like, well, we can check that off the collection. This one's interesting. You have Kyogre and Groudon Legend. Here's the top half featuring Kyogre. Again, this is just beautiful artwork. So cool. And then on the Groudon Legend, or the Groudon part, this is kind of interesting. I noticed this in the corner, this kind of little white bit. I don't think that's wear. I think that's actually part of the card artwork, but it looks like wear. But of course, when you look at the actual card, there's nothing in that corner. And if that was worn, you'd expect to see something in that corner. So I'm assuming that that little white part is just part of the Kyogre, and then when you put it together, it does kind of look like, you know, that white water matches up with that line there. But I don't know. PSA will hopefully grade it a 10, I would say. But next up, we got the Raikou and Suicune Legend. Super nice. Again, all this artwork is just next level. I really love it. Again, it's such a unique style of artwork that you don't see. Special arts somewhat, but the Pokemon aren't necessarily like unique and kind of such a unique take on Suicune here. Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, once I had all these legend cards in my possession, I basically I grew to enjoy them a lot more. Entei and Raikou Legend here, top half featuring Entei. Super nice. All of these legend cards are first edition. The unlimited edition legends are pretty interesting. I think there was a lottery for 5,000 of the Lugia and Ho-Oh Unlimited. Here's the bottom of the Entei and Raikou Legend featuring Raikou. That Raikou looks shiny to me, I don't know. But I don't think it's actually shiny, but still pretty cool. Again, that really unique kind of art style there with these legend cards. Got the Suicune and Raikou, or Suicune and Entei Legend, my apologies, featuring the sort of Suicune and top half of Entei. Again, what's kind of annoying about these legend cards is like you get cards like this, and it's same with like the V unions and stuff, where it's like, what is that? This is the bottom half of Entei and two paws. Is just strange. Of course, you get that beautiful attack text and stuff, but yeah. I can see why these cards haven't really caught on as collector's items, just because it is so difficult to, you know, two-part cards are just strange. I don't really feel like they work as well as something like a special art, which I'm really glad that they're keeping up with that. All right, continuing on Heart Gold, Soul Silver, we have a Tyranitar Prime. Primes are not really something I collect, but I saw this up for bid on Yahoo Japan, and I was like, yeah, we'll do it. And it came in really good condition, so we'll throw in a Tyranitar Prime into the submission. I actually never played the Heart Gold Soul Silver video games. I would love to do that at some point, but they're ridiculously expensive, and I don't really want to buy a fake copy, but we'll see. Next up, I'm really excited about these, the Legend Perfect Set promos. These are in really good condition. It's hard to get these in good condition just because of the way that they were packaged. We've got, and these are shiny. So we got shiny Entei, really, really nice. These are sometimes confused for the 1,000 limited promos, but these are much more common as they were printed as basically promo cards that came with a product. So got the Entei there. These also ended up being tin promos in English, so they're fairly common in English as well. Still really cool. Got the Suicune. This one has a beautiful swirl in that top right corner, which of course immediately triples the value of this card according to your local eBay flipper. So yeah, Suicune, beautiful, beautiful card. I definitely think the 1000 promos are better looking, but we got Raikou up next. Really, really sweet. And yeah, love the artwork on these cards. Really happy to get them off for grading. And hopefully, I thought the condition was really good on all of those. So hopefully we get 10s on all 3 of those. But that's going to do it for the Heart Gold and Soul Silver era. Now we are into Black and White, and this is a big portion of this submission. I'm really working hard on getting out the Black and White cards that I've acquired in mint condition over the last kind of 2 years of searching for these cards, and after deciding that Black and White full arts and ultra rares and 10 were something I wanted to go for. So we got a good amount of Black and White era cards here. Got a couple ultra rares to submit. First up, we got an Altaria. I already have a 10 of this, but I picked up several of them. I think this maybe might have some very kind of minor wear, but actually looks pretty clean just in this light here. So who knows, maybe we'll get the 10, maybe we'll get the 9 or something, but I always, even getting a 9 on this card for 18 bucks, I'm certainly happy to do that. Yeah, so, and these ultra rares, they're kind of, it's pretty interesting because some copies I've been able to acquire multiple very easily. The Altaria, I've got multiple copies of that. Next card I'm going to show off here, this Virizion, I have multiple copies, probably like 4 to 5 at this point that I've been able to acquire, that are in mint condition pretty much. We can see again on this Virizion, really clean. Not much to write home about at all on the back of this card. So yeah, I've been able to get a bunch of the Altaria, a bunch of the Virizion, doubles of multiple cards. I think got doubles of like Empoleon, of Golurk, but others are really, really difficult, seems to find. Next one, I'll talk about that. But so I always pick up the extras, hoping maybe I can sell or trade them down the line for people who might have the ones that are harder to find, and not necessarily the crazy ones like your Charizard, your Blastoise, or anything. Even smaller ones like Crocodile. I think I've not been able to find a Crocodile that's in mint condition. Dusknoir, I've not been able to find a Dusknoir. Execute is really difficult to find as well. That was very playable, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, a lot of those cards that are just really challenging and difficult to find that I have not been able to find. One of the ultra rares that had eluded me for quite a while, but I was recently able to pick up. Really excited about this. The Gardevoir Ultra Rare from Dark Rush. This is just incredible. Take a look at that texture. So beautiful. This is, and I think I mentioned this in the mail day video when I got this card, this is like a tier 1B ultra rare. This is probably, this comes in terms of price and in terms of rarity and difficulty to find, probably right under the Charizard and the Rayquaza tier of ultra rares. This is, up there with Blastoise and those other really challenging ultra rares. And yeah, so really happy to get this. This is one of the more expensive. I think a 10 just don't tell PSA. I think a 10 just went for around $1,000 in Japan. Don't know what it would go for in the US. But this card, I'm actually, we might get a 10 on this card. I think there's some very, very slight wear in a corner here and there, but I've seen worse on Japanese PSA 10s. Yeah, just very, very light stuff that you can just barely see. And it is a little off center. I think it's kind of shifted up and to the left a little bit. But, you know, this card's really nice, and if we were to get a 10, that is a huge card that's knocked out from that black and white era collection goal, pretty much. So really hoping that we get a strong grade on this card. You know, if it gets a 9, I don't know what the price would be, but, you know, we're sending it off in bulk just because I'm not really sure of the grade. As I mentioned in the previous PSA submission, I'm much happier to like let PSA do the work for me and tell me what cards don't meet the requirements than chancing it for myself. So really hoping this Gardevoir comes back high. I'd be very happy with a 9. That would be a beautiful placeholder in the collection until eventually I maybe eventually I acquire a 10. But now let's get into the full arts. First full art, Darkrai from the Plasma Battle set. This is a beautiful card. Again, I'm going to do this a lot. I'm going to show off this insane Japanese texture, which is unmatched. Yeah, I'm sorry. English just cannot beat this. Truly beautiful texture. Super happy about this card. Been looking for it for a while. Eventually was able to grab a copy in mint condition. So yeah, this is from the Plasma Battle gift set, which I think ended up going into like a Team Plasma box in English. There was a Giratina full art as well. I might have bought one, but I don't think it was in mint condition or something. But I am a big Darkrai fan, so we'll be happy to see this this full art version hopefully come back with a high grade. And now we have some EX full arts. I'm not sending off all of the EX full arts that I have, just mainly kind of the big ones at this point, and the ones that I'm very confident in scoring high grades. First up, we got Kyurem EX. Really happy about this. Again, that texture is just next level. Truly cannot beat it. And yeah, this is the same story as most other cards. Japanese, we're looking for 10s. There's not much at all in the back of these cards. So next up, this is a Psycho Drive card, Shaman EX full art. Very, very nice. Again, let's show off that beautiful texture. Not one of the craziest, but one I need for my collection, so we will definitely send that one off. Next up, we got Mewtwo EX, first edition full art from Psycho Drive. I believe this one has like a minor ding or tiny little thing somewhere that makes me think that it probably will not score 10. But we'll see what PSA says. Probably this is like a $30 card. I'd say it's above 200 and a 10 in Japanese. But, you know, if it doesn't score the 10, then it's worthy of being put in the $18 tier, which is like kind of what I want to go for. You know, PSA does not downcharge you, so, you know, you want to err on the side of submitting at a lower tier just in case, you know, it doesn't get the grade you expect and you don't want to pay extra grading fees, basically. All right, I got 2 Raikou EX full art, just incredible cards here. What really blows me away on this card is the gold EX border, that beautiful gold border that they put around the Pokemon. It is just incredible, and on this Raikou it really pops. So beautiful. 2 copies of this card, hoping we get some 10s. I definitely need a Raikou EX in a 10. I had one a while ago, but I ended up selling it. I have the English copy in a 10, but now we need the Japanese one back in the collection. So very hopeful that one of these cards will come back with that Gem at 10 grade. All right, next up, here's another multiple copies. We have the Darkrai EX, 3 copies of this. This is another, we'll just pick one and show off the mind-blowing texture. So cool. So nice. Yeah, I've had many copies of this card in a 10. It's one of the coolest EX full arts, I think, and one of the most one of the most expensive, but I've been lucky to acquire, multiple copies throughout the years. Hoping that we get a couple of 10s on these cards. I'm always happy to grab another PSA 10 Darkrai EX Full Art in my collection. So yeah, we'll definitely see how those do. I don't really know when I'm going to be getting these cards back. PSA states 5-month turnaround time. Not sure I really believe that. But better to set your expectations low, I think. Continuing on with multiple copies of full art cards, we have 2 copies of Giratina EX from Dragon Blast. This is a really cool background. I love the kind of swirl, and of course, that beautiful texture. Truly amazing. Really, really nice. And yeah, 2 copies of this. This was one that eluded me for a while in mint condition. Even though I haven't been able to pick these up in PSA 10, I've been searching them out in mint condition for a while, and this was hard to find until recently when 2 auctions came up in the look to be in mint condition. I bought them both, and there you go. So hopefully we can finalize this eventually. Hopefully they come back with the high PSA 10 grade. Next up, moving into Black and White 6 Cold Flare, Keldeo EX. This is a surprisingly cheap card for a mythical Pokemon, but again, beautiful texture, truly amazing stuff. It gets me every time I see that Japanese texture. And you really you need to put it in the right light to show it off, but when you do, man, so amazing. All right, we got White Kyurem EX up next. Very, very nice. Again, beautiful texture. I gotta stop showing off all the texture on these cards. It'll take me too long to get through this submission video. But White Kyurem EX, super nice. Another Cold Flare card. And now we have Black Kyurem EX from Freeze Bolt. Super nice, really clean on the back. I think I picked up Black and White Kyurem EX together, and these were pack fresh. Could see nothing wrong with these cards. Was really happy to get them. I think I have another White and Black Kyurem, but they're maybe not in as good condition, so I held off on submitting them for now. Another just beautiful EX Full Art card. I cannot get over how nice these cards are, and I buy them whenever I can. I think I have a Celebi off at Perpetually Slow Authenticators back from my December 2020 bulk submission, which I'm still waiting on. But we'll send off another. So there we go. We got the Celebi EX Full Art. This is Unlimited Edition. I think this might be the first Unlimited Edition Full Art card that's being sent off. Next up, really excited about this. Really hopeful that we get at least 110. I have 2 copies of Lugia EX First Edition Full Art from Plasma Gale. This is one of the biggest EX Full Art cards, set-based EX Full Art cards. So really hoping we are able to grab one of these in a 10. I'm submitting both of them at this tier because they both have very, very small issues. I don't know if I can even show them off on camera, but it's just very, very tiny things that I've noticed on these cards that don't make me super confident that they're going to come back with 10s. So in that case, as I said again, err on the side of submitting lower. If they get 10s, PSA will deal with it. They'll charge me more. Again, which as long as they're accurate on the pricing, as long as they get the cards back in a reasonable time frame, upcharges don't necessarily bother me all that much. But what you run into, the problem that you run into with upcharges is when there isn't sales history and PSA upcharges you, and when they hold your cards for years and years and years like they have with bulk submissions, and then upcharge you based on stuff that was completely unforeseen. These cards that have been at PSA for something like I think what I have is 19 months my cards have been away from me at PSA. You know, just due to the fault of PSA, they can't manage all these submissions. But now I'm going to get charged, you know, 2022 value when I probably should have gotten charged mid 2020, 2021 value. But anyways, enough with the mini rant. Another beautiful card here. We got Articuno EX. This is one that eluded me for a little while, but I was able to pick up a nice copy in mint condition. So happy about that. And yeah, again, just insane. You cannot beat the texture on these black, white, full art cards. And now's the time to pick them up. They are still not super expensive. Some of them are, but yeah, you really gotta, if you want them, now's the time, I would say. All right. Now into Megalocannon, we have just one Megalocannon full art card here. We got the Dialga EX full art. Really, really nice. Again, I feel like this is a more recent purchase. Again, very, very clean. Most of these cards have basically the same story. Clean on the back, hoping for 10. All right, now we have a couple shiny collection cards. These cards are so nice. I am just kind of blown away by this stuff. Reshiram, just beautiful. Really hoping for a 10 on this, but I think there is just some very minor, I don't know if you can even see that, just some very minor stuff at the top, and in this corner as well. Just the tiniest little things. I've seen Japanese cards with 10s that are like this, but you know, you never know. Yes, this is beautiful Kagemaru Imeno art there, just fantastic. Yes, really happy about that. Probably the biggest card in Shiny Collection, and another one of the huge EX full art cards, Mew EX full art. I remember in English this used to be super common in the Radiant collection, but now it's actually pretty expensive, and it's beautiful. Fits the Radiant collection vibe and the Shiny collection vibe so well. And yeah, this was quite expensive when I got it. Again, I think there's just the tiniest little things on the back that make me not super confident that it's going to score a 10. But as you can see, it is really clean. There's not like a ton of edge or anything on this card, so 10 certainly would be in the realm of possibility, but again, not super confident, not 100%, so we're taking it in at the lower tier here. All right, the final Shiny Collection EX full art card that I'm submitting is the Meloetta EX full art. Don't think Shiny Collection had an unlimited run. I think everything was first edition, so the first edition is kind of irrelevant, but there you go, it's first edition. Again, a very unique kind of artwork here. This is one of the few SK Yoshinobu arts that I enjoy. Sort of famously known for the like XY era, just like really not good looking EX cards. The regular EX cards were just unpleasant and were done by Yoshinobu. All right, so moving into the XY era, speak of the devil. First up, we got a Venusaur EX full art from X Collection, first edition. Really, really nice. Again, just beautiful texture. XY era as well, featured basically unchanged sort of card design from Black and White, which I liked. I enjoyed that kind of continuity between eras. Now they seem to change up the art style and the, you know, gimmick for cards every generation or something. We had the GX, we had the V. You know, I think EX was perfect. But here's a really cool card. Charizard EX full art from Wild Blaze, and you see in that corner there is no first edition symbol. So unlimited Wild Blaze, very difficult to come by, and this, one of the biggest cards in the Wild Blaze set in unlimited edition. Really, really nice. Again, we'll just show off that insane texture. Look at the flame on Charizard compared to the wing. Just beautiful. This card is a little off-center. You can kind of see left to right is the main issue here. So probably, I'm thinking 9 on this card just because of the centering. It is super clean on the back, but I'm thinking a 9 because of the centering, and again, that's sort of why it's in this lower tier. Next up, we got a Dragonite EX Full Art from XY3 Rising Fist. Another beautiful card. Very, very happy with this one. I love the background colors on this card, just so nice. Continuing on here, we got Mega Gengar EX, the ultra rare from Phantom Gate. A lot of people are not necessarily fans of these gold Mega ultra rares, but I think they're really cool. Could have done it a little nicer, you know, even if they just did the Shiny Star V like paint bucket shiny effect, and you know, made these cards shiny versions of the Megas. I think that would have been really cool, especially if you got like a Mega Charizard or something. Like, come on, just make it shiny. But the gold, really cool. I enjoy that. Yeah, so these are still relatively cheap, but you know, they're ultra rares. These were like 1 in 10 boxes in the when they were released. So you want that, you know, top Mega EX card before the full arts were released, then this is the one to go for. So moving on to X and Y 5, we have an unlimited edition Groudon EX Full Art. It's taken me a long time to acquire this Groudon EX Full Art, surprisingly. I pretty much all of the other, I think I got the Japanese Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza, Kyogre, Primal Kyogre, and I have the Primal Groudon, but I don't have the regular Groudon in a 10. So hopefully this one comes back with the Gem Mint 10 grade, and it is super clean, so that is basically what we're hoping for. That would fill out the set there. Speaking of Primal Kyogre, got another Primal Kyogre EX Full Art to submit. These are just beautiful. The texture on this is, again, next level. Look at those little like hexagon circle things in the background. It's just, I remember when these cards were leaked, I just went nuts because this was so crazy and so new and unique. Really beautiful. So very happy to submit this card whenever I can. Yeah, so very happy about that. Continuing with the Hoenn Mega Legends, we got Mega Rayquaza EX from X and Y 6. This is another one which, if you look very closely, it does not have a first edition symbol in that corner. Unlimited Emerald Break is also a much rarer print run than first edition, so would be pretty cool to obtain the unlimited Mega Rayquaza EX in PSA 10. That'd be really nice. I think you have 2 copies of the first edition one in a 10, but still waiting on the unlimited one. And the final card in the XY era, this beautiful Sylveon EX from the Pokemon collection. Everything in Pokemon is super expensive now. I just had this card sitting in a binder until I realized that raw it goes for like $100 now, which is nuts. I think I pulled this myself from the 1 box of Pokemon collection that I opened when I wasn't a huge fan of it. But still pretty nice. Love the beautiful holo pattern on that card. Full card holo, just incredible. So again, that's going to do it for X and Y. Now we are moving into Sun and Moon era. Been after this card for quite a while. Finally was able to pick it up. We have the Hyper Rare Salamence GX from Champion Road, I believe. Yeah, so really hopeful we get the PSA 10 on this. I'm a big Salamence fan, big Salamence collector. So was happy to grab this, and hopefully we will we'll get this in the 10 grade. I don't know where the English, I wonder if it came in like a, I don't think it was part of the set. The English Dragon Majesty set that Champion Road basically went into. I I think it might have been part of like a promo box or something in English, but in Japanese, it's just way better. The texture is way better. You know, just look at that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Japanese pretty much better than English in a lot of respects in terms of card quality and interesting stuff. So now we are into the special arts, and I believe the remainder of this submission is special arts. I love these. I think these are the great. Special arts single-handedly rescued the Sun and Moon era of the TCG from just abject obscurity. The first half of the Sun and Moon before Tag Team is arguably the worst era of Pokemon cards ever produced, in my opinion. Just really nothing to write home about there. But special arts, they rescued this era, you know, this beautiful Espeon and Deoxys Tag All-Stars, one of the greatest sort of recap sets released. And yeah, just incredible, this Espeon and Deoxys. And they carried the special arts forward into the Sword and Shield era with the start of sort of the rapid, the expansion era, like the expansion pass era, I guess. Beautiful Empoleon V special art, incredible stuff. Practicing, you know, Tai Chi or something there with Mienfoo and Phalanx, just amazing. Beautiful artwork. Chibi, just fantastic. Yeah, so you're going to hear me gush over these special arts for the remainder of this submission, but they are just so amazing. I'm not going after them too. I actually think that special arts are like too overpriced because for the price of these special arts, you can acquire some insane older cards. But some of them you just have to buy, like the Celebi. It's just too nice not to buy. I bought 3 copies of this, and we're sending all 3 of them off to PSA. Just so beautiful. So fantastic. Yeah, you can't beat that artwork. It is just next level. All right, so we had 3 of these special art Celebes, but we're going to top it with 1, 2, 3, 4 special art Galarian Moltres. I think this is one of the greatest card artworks of all time. I think it's the greatest modern card artwork. Special arts, again, I love them, and this Moltres is just, it really epitomizes like what I want to see in a Pokemon card. It's so incredible. It's like, yeah, I will gush over this card all day long. But I bought 4 copies, and I bought them right after release. Probably paid about $100 to $120 for each of them, which was a good decision because they're, you know, still going for that much. I think, you know, in yen, they're probably like, I want to say maybe 16,000 yen now, which I guess probably now that the yen is down translates to about 120 bucks. So, but still, you know, buying these cards right after release, you know, I thought I was overpaying for them. Turns out I really wasn't. That's what happens. You know, if you like a card, you're comfortable paying the price, just buy it. So yeah, 4 of these, we better get some 10s. I'd be really disappointed if we did not get at least 110 on these 4 Galarian Moltres. And the final card in this submission, another special art, another Galarian bird. This one, the Galarian Articuno. Just incredible. You got the Rufflet looking on in the background there, the Chinchou in the bottom. Beautiful Uta art there. Just wow. Again, you know, I cannot toot the horn of these special arts enough. They are beautiful, but they're so expensive. And there's really only a few of them that I've felt were, you know, worth buying at the current prices. You know, maybe eventually I'll do a special art set. I feel like a lot of people are going to eventually do that set. But yeah, these are so nice. So there we go. That is the submission, a total of 66 cards that are going off to PSA. Really excited about this. This really, you know, there's still a good amount in my grading pile, but this is going to empty the bank account, so to speak. But eventually, you know, hopefully PSA does another special like this. But with the amount of cards that I've sent off in these last 2 orders, I'm pretty happy with just with taking a break from grading and not going back for a couple months after this. But who knows, maybe PSA will drop it down to $12 a card for bulk in a month or 2, because they still didn't get enough cards to fit their capacity. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for more videos.